आज 2 पैनल बैठने वाला है, देखते हैं कि पैनल फर्स्ट में क्या डिस्कशन होता है। ओके, आई एम हैविंग माय टी। थोड़ी देर के बाद अंदर घुसूँगा और फिर पैनल डिस्कशन में देखूँगा क्या क्या टॉपिक के ऊपर डिस्कशन होता है। चलिए चलते हैं, देखते हैं क्या है डे 2 में आज बेंजामिन गुप्ता ऑडिटोरियम में क्या होता है।
In Nagaland itself, about 5 years ago, do not raise the quality of the creches that we create, we are not going to get very far. And the reality of life is that the higher we climb, the fewer women there are at the top. But, there is a statistic from the Fortune 500 companies which says that the best track record of raising women to prominent education and availability of colleges and girls' hostels, that has been an enabling factor. So the focus should be in increasing and strengthening participation of girls at each level of education, not just 1 or 2 levels. But apart from education, formal education, I think what we also need to be looking at is skilling women. Skill training is very, very important. But at the moment, most of the skills are stereotyped and they lack innovation. So we need to bring in many more innovative skills. If you look at the skill centers in this country, women will be taught either tailoring or what you call the cosmetics industry. That really matters. Healthcare is something very, very important, and it should be made really accessible so far as women are concerned. Food security, nutrition is another area that women need to improve on, and somewhere where we say that we need to give more voice to women and really women to come out of the that lack of confidence which sometimes gets into the spirit or in the way of her nurturing. She needs to make herself heard, and these are the areas that needs more focused attention from the government, and thereby probably more achievement in terms of women empowerment can be done. Okay, now we move on to our third speaker, and we will probably be able to hear about the successes that women have as technologists, scientists. So that is open to her as she wants to highlight on the topic. So I welcome Professor Ritu Banerjee.
So many things since morning. I think you must be very tired. You are thinking that yes, shall we give every preference to the women, the gender biased things which since morning we are hearing. I would like to tell you something on the women and the status of, and that may be the reason based on the societal aspect we may go for some percentage of preference to the girl student, but not as a rule which we are thinking for the women. So this is my own way of thinking and my own way of judgment. But yet, the participation of women in STEM, if we see it is related to job in India, is currently as low as 16%. So these are some of the, now she is multi-billion-dollar, her industry is, and she is another thing. And now I would like to tell you that next very recent development which
Please introduce yourself and you can put the question. Still there are hidden spots that need to be more worked upon, and that probably will usher in the place that we are thinking of maybe at the global level as well as for India, and that will help things to improve in the coming times. So I express my deep sense of gratitude to all the 3 panelists who are there today, Professor Burpure, Ms. Patricia Mukim,
and Professor Banerjee for accepting our invitation and being with us and being a part of this G20 Symposium.
Please reassemble in 10 minutes.
इट्स द टी ब्रेक। हम लोग अभी टी लेने जा रहे हैं। और भाई कैसा लगा सेशन? और भाई कैसा लगा सेशन बताओगे तुम? एकदम बढ़िया था ना, एकदम मूवमेंट एनरिचिंग एक्सपीरियंस, बहुत सारा डेटा मिला, बहुत सारी जानकारी मिला। ऐसा क्या? चलो ठीक है, एक नंबर का। अब चलिए चलते हैं, थोड़ा चाय वाय पी लेते हैं रिफ्रेश करने के लिए। आप So again we are going to So अब वैलेडिक्टरी सेशन होने वाला है, तो हम लोग जा रहे हैं अंदर सिम्पोजियम में। आफ्टर वैलेडिक्टरी सेशन यहीं पर हम लोग सब लोग खाना खाएंगे।
Sneha did his LLB from University of Delhi, LLM from University of Nottingham, and PhD in International Law from Jawaharlal Nehru University. Prior to joining the Indian Law Institute, Sir was teaching at the West Bengal National University of Juridical Sciences. Sir is a prolific academician and has authored several books with reputed publishers. Thank you, sir, for gracing the event. We are honored to have with us today Professor Bhimrao Maitri, sir, Director, Indian Institute of Management, Nagpur. Sir is a distinguished academician, renowned teacher and researcher. Sir is the former director of IIM-Tiruchirappalli. It was under his dynamic leadership that IIM-Tiruchirappalli catapulted amongst the league of top business schools in India. Sir has also contributed immensely as Dean at LMT Institute of Project Management, Vadodara, IMI New Delhi, MDI Gurgaon, and leading research programs at BITS Pilani. Thank you, sir, for gracing the event.
Sustainable and inclusive future. India's G20 presidency has provided us with a unique platform to address some of the most pressing issues facing our world today. The panel discussions have shed light on the multifaceted nature of these challenges, emphasizing the interconnectedness of our planet and its inhabitants.
Professor Vakil and Professor Banerjee, all the distinguished invitees, faculty members, and my dear students. First of all, I congratulate the Rajiv Gandhi School of Intellectual Property Law for conducting this symposium, which is a timely symposium on G20. And if you look at some of the predictions last many years, it has been predicted that India is going to take a leadership from China. And if you go by the history, youngest populated nation will lead the world. And if some of the examples, if you look at that, 1965 Japan was the youngest nation. After 15 years, 1980 Japan became super economy, and 1980 to 1995 Japan ruled the world as a super economy, and 1990, 85, 90 Singapore became youngest nation, and 95 Singapore became super economy. 2000 China became youngest nation, and today we are all talking about China, and China versus rest of the world we are all talking about. From China now leadership is going to move to India. By 2030 or so, India is going to take a leadership from China, and already you know that GDP we are marching. IIT provided that. Some changes we made and got the girls. Second, when I came to Trichy, there was a 13% women. First year, second year 23, and then 43. This year we have 45.6% women in my institute. I am Nagpur. So this speaks a lot about there and he was such a leader. 1986, you know that nobody was having the mobile. Mobiles were in single digit in 1986. So he was having a mobile. He called one of my friend and told that I am going to build a great company called Bharti Airtel, and he was working in NTPC as a general manager. You know that in earlier days, if you don't get the government job, you will not, nobody will give the girl. That was a time in public sector, everybody used to try. But he was general manager when he was called, and he told this is called a mobile. And he took out the SIM and he shown that this is called a SIM. And he said coming अगले 15-20 साल में हर सिटीजन के पास रोटी मकान कपड़े के साथ मोबाइल भी जोड़ा जाएगा एंड ये सिम जो है हर पान वाला के पास मिल जाएगा. So that is a kind of prediction he made in 86, and after 2000 what he said became a reality. So that is what leader means. They think the unthinkable, they see the invisible, and they achieve the unachievable. So those qualities are with many people. There may be a female, there may be a male, and those people are going to lead the world. Indira Nooyi set the example as a benchmark for the globe, as a heading the Pepsi, and she was a great leader. And many political prime ministers or many women leaders, they made a mark because they were having such qualities. And those qualities anybody can acquire. And the important aspect for that is you are known by your company. If you are in a good company and you inculcate, you develop such qualities sooner than the later. So therefore, developing, because sometimes people ask leadership is a born, whether it is born or it can be developed. Of course, if you don't born, if I don't born, then there is no question of existing. So born is essential, but it can also be developed. So therefore, leadership qualities can be developed, and it is known by your company. And to become a great leader and to achieve, to see the big picture, you have to have a mentor. You have to have a mentor.
Yes.
For inviting me to deliver the formal vote of thanks. When we started discussing that we have to do the G20 Symposium as communicated by our Honorable Director Sir to our Dean Madam in the month of September, we were searching for dates, and it was very difficult for us to find the dates because examinations are coming, several seminars, moot court competitions, those are already there. At the same time, it was very difficult to get all the distinguished panelists on the day fixed by us. So that was the biggest challenge we have faced for the last, I think, 3 weeks. And then we were able to overcome that and did this symposium in a manner that we thought would be most beneficial to our students, and that is what we have tried to do. Today we have with us Professor Bhimaraya Maitri for the valedictory session. Sir has delivered the valedictory address. Sir, we are extremely grateful on behalf of the Indian Institute of Technology, Kharagpur, for accepting our invitation, readily accepting our invitation. And I know the schedule, you had to cancel several different other programs, and then you came here to deliver the vote of thanks. Sir, thank you very much, sir. We are grateful to you. My teacher, who taught me at least 4 or 5 subjects during my student days, and it is sir's mentorship, as Maitri sir was saying. The person will see where you can go after 10 years. So I think sir is that person who thought I can go somewhere, and he guided me in that way. I know sir, the schedule sir was having, and after my 12 o'clock phone call at the night, sir changed the schedule and sir came here. Sir, thank you very much, sir. Always for blessing us, blessing this school. We are extremely grateful to you, sir. We have also with us our Dean R&D Madam, Ritu Banerjee Madam. Madam, we are also extremely grateful to you for coming to the law school and delivered a wonderful session on women in STEM. Shashikala Gupta Madam, Madam, I am extremely grateful that I think we were discussing around 10:30, and several flight schedules we had to change and to make this event happening and for you to come here. And I am extremely sorry that I had to book a 10 o'clock flight for you from Ahmedabad. I am extremely sorry for that. That was not in my hand, but we tried our best. But Madam, we are extremely thankful to you that you have come and delivered a wonderful session. Madam, I express my sincere gratitude for all the panelists, and most importantly, yesterday when I was with Professor Bitu Chakraborty, I took him to the Nehru Museum of Science and Technology as well as to the History Detention Camp and gave him a tour to the campus. He told me one thing, that it is not the vote of thanks you deliver. What you deliver is a word of thanks. Vote of thanks is a colonial hangover which we have to change. And he told me the history about it. And I said, sir, in folded hands, I said, sir, thank you very much for teaching me this thing, and from the next session onwards, I will never write vote of thanks, I will write word of thanks. So that is the thing. Still today, we want to learn from our teachers, whom we believe that yes, they are my teacher, he is my teacher, she is my teacher. That is what we want to learn till today. So I also request my sincere
बिरयानी बढ़िया सब को मजा आ जाएगा आज तो खाने में. So I've taken finally my food. बिरयानी था और थोड़ा वेज था. वेज में था कुछ पनीर था. I think so it was tasty, बहुत अच्छा था. ऑर्गेनाइज बहुत अच्छा कराया था. खाने पीने के लिए बहुत अच्छा था सामान. बिरयानी खाया, प्लस उसके बाद मैंने जलेबी भी खाया. अभी भी वैसे लंच चल ही रहा है, सब खा रहे हैं खाना. सो फ्रेंड्स, फाइनली इट इज़ द एंड ऑफ व्लॉग. अगर आपने ये G20 समिट वाला सिंपोजियम व्लॉग पसंद आया हो तो काइंडली लाइक, सब्सक्राइब एंड शेयर दिस वीडियो टू योर फ्रेंड्स एंड फैमिली मेम्बर. सो काइंडली लाइक एंड सब्सक्राइब माई यूट्यूब वीडियो. Stay tuned with me as Litesh Kura signing out. Bye. Goodbye.